What's going on, guys? I'm joined by Joe Morelli. Joe is a sports writer for Hearst Connecticut Media and GameTimeConnecticut.com. And this is his first time winning the award. So congratulations, Joe. And thank you for joining us on this interview.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So, Joe, what was your career path like on your way to where you are now? Did you always know you wanted to be in the sports media industry?
Yeah, well, when realize at a young age you're not good enough to play or good enough to make teams, you realize it. I mean, it was in high school that I chose this career path. So I remember that's the late 1980s, and the business has changed dramatically since then. So who knows if I would have chosen that path, knowing what I know now with everything that you have to do. But back then, a lot of the stuff is still the same. You get to the heart of a story, you get to know the people that you're dealing with, and telling their stories, and that much hasn't changed, and that's still the best part about the job.
Awesome. And so did you, when you had your first job and you moved up, did you always know that you wanted to stay in this field and continue to grow? Or were there times where you thought maybe this isn't, the career for me?
I think, well, at least I will speak for myself, obviously. You do always have doubts, especially with what's the word I'm looking for? The job stability, because right. I mean the industry, what has happened to the industry itself. But fortunately, I've been able to stay employed and stay in sports media, and it's something I've always wanted. I've not wanted to change. It's something I have a passion for now, as I did then when I was in high school and college, and as I said before, I still enjoy doing, and that's really the best thing. It doesn't feel like work most of the time.
Now, what would you consider to be your favorite part of your job?
Talking to people, going to big events, big games, again, telling their stories. That's to me of most interest, because sometimes you come upon stuff that you don't realize how big it is until you have it. Or you've been in the business long enough that people come to you with stories and they want you to tell them, and that to me is the best part about it. And and obviously being acknowledged for it now is great, but obviously in being involved in high school sports for the better part of my career, it's been rewarding.
Right. And so this could be something tangible or intangible, but what would you consider to be the highlight of your career thus far?
Wow. I would have to say this, or I mean, obviously stuff I've covered and been able to cover the U.S. Opens and the Masters and big high school events and big professional events at college, in addition to high schools. But this award being recognized by your peers means a lot. And again, it's something you expect, and that's something you go into business hoping you'll get. But it's nice to be recognized that way. And if I had never been recognized, that would have been fine too. But I mean, it's pretty much a feather in your cap to be recognized by people who are members of the organization.
That's awesome. And yeah, I think a lot of in a lot of these interviews, a lot of the winners explain how much it means to be acknowledged by their constituents, right, and stuff like that. So Joe, what is the best piece of advice you can give someone looking to pursue a career in sports media?
Stay committed, stay focused, be thorough, tell the stories as they need to be told. I mean, obviously there's a lot of the bells and whistles, the videos, the stuff that comes along with the job now, because you're a one-man mobile unit. But those are the things you need to do. You need to stay aggressive. You need to be on top of your beats and top of the domain you cover, and that's how you gain not so much respect. That's how that's how you are. How can I put it? That is how you are
perceived.
No, I think it's more how reputation is everything in this business, and Your sources are everything is reputation is all. And obviously you get a good reputation, you've earned that reputation. It's something that you want to keep by working hard, by being diligent, by understanding that you have to work weekends, you have to work holidays. It's just the way it is in this business. And that would be the best piece of advice. If you want to be in this field, you understand it's not 9 to 5. You don't punch a clock. You have to do what the job entails. And sometimes that works means more hours than you're supposed to in a week. It's just the way it is.
Right. And so Joe, those are all the questions I have for you. But is there anyone you want to shout out before we head off, or any closing remarks you want to leave us with? You can go ahead and say that now.
I like to thank obviously my family, my wife Megan, and my son, my 5-year-old son Patrick. I had a son. Having being married later and having a family later in life was a lot more rewarding. Again, you follow that goal when you're younger, and you think it's all, end all be all, but there's obviously more to it. I want to thank the National Sports Writers Organization for being, obviously it's not something I was very familiar with, because again, when you cover it at a local level, you don't really pay attention to that. But thank them and thank the members who obviously thought me of a worthy candidate. I want to thank those who I was nominated by. He knows who he is, and I want to thank that person. But I also want to thank the people along the way. Places I work, like the Milford Citizen, New Haven Register, now Hearst Connecticut Media, Sports Editor, Sean Barker, Dan Brecklin, now also part of the staff. You work with people, you realize that they put you in positions to succeed. And that's what I would hope for anybody, is to put you in a position to succeed and do well and tell everybody stories. And you can't get here alone. And with all those people, and obviously my parents who stood by me the whole time, realizing that it doesn't pay a lot. It doesn't always pay the bills, this business, unless you get really good. And for understanding my dream and never telling me to go in another direction. So for all those people and many more I can't mention because there's not enough time, I say thank you.
Awesome. Very, very nice words there, Joe. But thank you again for taking the time and answering our questions, and congratulations on winning the award.
Thank you.